Hello, this is Richard Answer from Dominate Online. Just wanted to do another video showing you exactly how to build a membership site using the new Kartra software. As you can see on my screen right now is the product page, which is normally where I start. Kartra has got a very good facility for building membership sites. I wouldn't say it's the most robust membership site software I've used, and I'll explain more briefly about that. But for those who either find it a challenge to build membership sites, for example, trying to find out what's the best one to use it from a WordPress point of view, or even any other SaaS or software as a service providers such as Kajabi or Teachable, for example, then I believe Kartra is actually a very strong contender, and you can get your products produced or membership sites developed enough to get products out there and as a newbie or experienced marketer. So what I would normally do, and what I'm planning to do for this particular recording, and I hope I keep it short and sweet, is I'm going to be using a separate software for my videos, just because the videos are already uploaded there, and I paid for annual membership for this already called VooPlayer. But I'm just going to show you how I would build out a membership site, so you can see step by step what to do, and hopefully this will help you understand the best way of building a membership site with Kartra. So what I'd normally do is go into memberships. I'm actually in the middle of I have quite a few niches that I'm involved with. I'm in the middle of developing a product for a joint venture that I'm doing with another group, giving them access to a product for very, very low cost from a lead generation point of view. So this is the memberships that I'm actually working on at the moment. Um, and I'm going to develop this particular one here called the SPLs Pro. So I would go into edit and click edit membership, and this will take me through to the back end of the membership sites. And then what you see here is very similar to to Webinar Jam or EverWebinar in terms of how it works. It's all in a step-by-step sequential sequence. With this, I'm going to go first of all into the content sections and use the builder. And I've already started work on this, but I'm just going to show you how I'm actually going to build out this site, so you can see. And there's a couple of ways you can actually do it, which I'll demonstrate shortly. So this is my other business that I'm involved with, and I'm just building it out, as you can see here. And these are the menus. Currently, I've obviously got a home page. I've got a silver level membership, which has certain courses in there which I'm going to build out. I have a gold level membership, which certain courses which I'm going to build out, and then another separate level for webinars. Now, what I'm going to do is just show you exactly how I can do that. So what I do here, as you can see, it says new category. I'm going to drag and drop, and as you can see here with the drag and drop feature, I just put that into the menu area and I can name it. So this will call it, for example, I'll call it test section. And you have the option of either adding subcategories or not. So in this instance, I'm going to add subcategories or not. Actually, I'm not going to add subcategories to show you what I mean and why I would do this. So with the test section that I've just set up here, as I said, I'm going to do it as a no subcategory option, and I'll explain why shortly. Basically, what if I say no subcategories, what I would then do, you've got the options of, it says here navigation menu, sidebar contents, and post contents. So it helps you to understand what section goes where. So if I put a new post, that will go here under this test, which under this section here, which is already underlined as a test section. And I will call that post, let me call the post test 1 as an example. All right. I can then choose whether I'm going to have a video, choose whether I'm going to have it audio, if it's documentation, downloads, or just an idea of some form, or just some kind of warning. So you've got options of what you want to choose. So I will do this as a video for now. Okay. And then I'll also put a post description, and I'm just going to call it test 1 Kartra review, for example. All right. And I'm going to save that. So what this does now is I now have a posts under this menu section called test 1. And you notice it's bringing up the menu straight away. Now, if I want to build this out, let's just say I have this could be the main topic. Because with membership sites, the beauty of a membership site is you can have modules and sub-modules or lessons or topics, etc. And with Kartra, you have the choice of how you want to build it out. So because let's say I want to call it test section, and I have a series of tests under this particular category, I can just continue adding posts to this. I'm going to call this test 2. Again, it's a video. And I'll use the post description, which I'll just call it test 2 Kartra. And the reason why you have the post description, I'll show you that there is a facility to have a sitemap, and this is where the post description will show up. All right, and I'll save that. So now you can see here that I'm building out a particular section. If I save this and then show you the front end, it will maybe make things a little bit clearer for you. Actually, it should open in a new page by itself. Let me just do it now. Save it. And go to preview. Right, so this is the front end of the membership, as you can see, very clear, very clean. It looks almost like a blog post. So I've got silver level. It's grayed out because there's no content at the moment. Gold level, webinars. And now you see I've done the text section, and you can see here it's under individual categories that I can now highlight. If I was to click on just one of the categories or the subsections, I can now access all of the information on the one post, which is what I like. So the user now, if it was one course called test section, for example, with multiple lessons, then I can break all the lessons down, however many lessons that may be, on the one page, and allow the user then to access the information that they require. So that's one way of building out the membership, and I'll just develop that a little bit more so you can see and make that information, an example, look clearer. So drag and drop, call this test 3. Again, I choose this to be a video, and I'm going to call this test 3 Kartra. Save that, and I can just continue doing that for as many times as I need under this particular section. All right, as you can see here, which is quite nice. All right, now let's build up some content under this particular section here. So I can now drag, put in a headline. Okay, I can now drag, and I want to have some text. Maybe here's a video that I want to introduce, and drag and drop that onto my computer. Now you can choose how you want that done. Now this is a very important point. As you notice here, there's no option for Amazon S3, not yet. So if you've got Vimeo videos, you're fine. Wistia, you're fine. YouTube, you're fine. Or you can upload your videos into Kartra itself, which is perfectly fine. I am a bit wary of my, well, number one, I've already got a facility with all my videos on this particular occasion. Secondly, I've got to think about how much bandwidth am I wanting to utilize for my Kartra in terms of how much videos I'm looking to upload and how much bandwidth I'm going to utilize for hosting. So obviously you would decide that. You can start on a lower account, like say silver, or even the basic one. And then as you grow in your business, Kartra will also grow your account as well in terms of how much the data and bandwidth you're utilizing. So in this occasion now, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use any of these. So I have my own facility, as I said. So I'm going to delete the text. In fact, no, I'm not going to delete the text. I'm going to put another text box, and I'll show you what I would normally do here. So here's the videos that I want to build out. Let's find number one. Just being a bit pedantic. So here's the introduction video. Okay, I am going to get the publishing options. This is View Player. Now, one thing is you might find when you try to utilize some kind of embed code in Kartra that it won't work. Thank God I've got the ability here to strip out any kind of code that will stop that from happening. So I'll copy and this embed code, go back into Kartra, as you can see on my so I'm just going to literally paste that into place, and I'm going to save it. Now obviously from the back end you'll just see a whole lot of HTML and script. If I then return back to the front end just to refresh and go to test 3, then you'll see the video which will appear shortly once my screen finishes refreshing. So then I can just play that video and it will work perfectly fine without any issues at all. Okay, I can expand it, watch it in full screen, no issues whatsoever, and this is part of my membership, and I can build that out step by step as I choose to. Yeah, which is, I think, is excellent. You know, it does the job, and it's easy. If I was doing this in WordPress using a membership software, it would not be as straightforward as this at all. And for someone who's brand new at building membership sites or new to WordPress or doesn't want to get involved with the technical side of things but want to save money instead of hiring expensive virtual assistants or developers, then you'll probably find that this would be the best way to, in my opinion, to make things happen. So with regards to the other way of building out the membership site, if I go back to the back office, let's say I chose, I'm going to choose gold level, and I'm going to just build it out so you can see. So this is particularly useful if let's get there. So what I've done is I've clicked yes now on subcategories. What this allows me to do again is to choose specific topics. Gives me a lot more granular, makes life a little more granular for me to add more information, and I'll show you why. So you can build out your courses or your information, products. I wouldn't go as far as calling an LMS. You could get close to it if you wanted to, utilizing the automation, which I'm not really going to go into too much detail in this particular recording, but you could create like an onboarding sequence. You could tag at every step of the way for when, because you can track individual users. So with this facility, if you were to tag every lesson for every user that's being used, it'll be a bit of work, but you could definitely do it and then set up some form of a emailing system to help nudge people or delegates or customers on every course. You could do an onboarding sequence, and you could do even a learning management sequence to email questions, for example. You can add comments, which I'll show you shortly, at the bottom of each post. You can add comments as part of the membership itself. You just don't have a logical question and answer facility. You'd have to probably use a third-party system for that to work at the moment, but I'm sure Kartra could get that done in time. Again, I personally would use WordPress if I wanted to use an actual learning management system. But for a decent membership site, whether just to download information or just to get a decent product out to your members on a membership site and charge a monthly income for a continuity program as a back end of your funnel, this is perfect. It's no less than anything else, and I've seen some really horrible WordPress membership software, which exuberant and unnecessary costs, which doesn't, it's complicated to use, it's limited in its ability, and quite frankly, but people use it because it's easy. I think this is easy. Yeah, I've always had an issue before with using SaaS products versus WordPress. I was very much, one of those proponents of keeping your collateral to yourself and having protection over it, as opposed to it being hosted on a third-party site. But when you think about it, even a WordPress website is on a third-party site if you're paying for hosting. Yeah, unless you own the hosting company. And in terms of just getting the job done, it's not in Kartra's best interest to shut down tomorrow. They're running a business, so I can't see it being anything to affect you, especially if you're going to run your business on this software. That's just how I see it, and I will definitely utilize this for my business, as well as using WordPress as well. So moving on, as I said, you can build out and get more granular with your courses by using a subcategory facility. So as you can see here, I've already typed in gold level, and under gold level I've got money wisdom workshop intensive, I've got promissory notes made easy, I've got introduction to equity and trust, I've got documents, gold membership. I'm going to add another one just so you can see what I'm doing here. Let's just say test gold, just for argument's sake, add that as well. All right, so I'm going to save it, and then what you're going to see is now how you can get much more granular. So this is the gold level. I've chosen, if I go into Money Wisdom Workshop Intensive, do you see how now I can get completely detailed under one particular aspect of the gold level? So I've got gold level, Money Wisdom Workshop Intensive. Under Money Wisdom Workshop Intensive, I've got all of these subcategories or modules, yeah, which now makes my life easier in terms of presenting one course or sub course under the major course, yeah, which makes life much better for me. And then it's the same thing, just add in your headline, your graphics, videos if you need to. If I want to go back now under gold level and choose test gold, and I'll show you how I build that out. Just go to new post, put the post in. Okay, I'm going to choose video again just because I like to choose video, and so we'll test gold 1, test gold 1, save, add a headline, add some text, well, not add a video in this instance, but I've shown you what I do, so I'll do it one more time so you can see what I've done here. If I want to add a video, I'm just going to copy and paste this for example purposes. Go back to the membership, and then I'll just save that. All right, now again, if I go to the front end, just refresh the page, what you'll see again is the videos there. If I go to gold level on test goals, you'll see test gold 1, and I can build out to any number of courses or sub-courses or categories or lessons on this particular page or this post for this particular course under the category of gold level, and you can now plan your memberships. And I use the word plan deliberately because one thing that irritating about Kartra is if I make a mistake, it's very unforgiving. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Let's just say I didn't want to put the video there. I want to move it up here. I can't move that video now. It's done. What that means now is that I've got to have to delete this and start again, which is annoying. Yeah, absolutely annoying. So it's there you go. I'm gonna have to delete it. All right, and then I'm gonna have to start all over again just to reposition. That is annoying. Yeah, and Kartra definitely have to do something about that to give me a lot more flexibility, so I'm not wasting my time. Same thing with the menu levels. If I just want to say, oh, I don't want gold here, I want to move gold to next to home, I can't move it. Yeah, that is such an annoying thing. So all that work you're doing to build out your sites, I would have to delete it, yeah, and then start again. Now that's a complete waste of time and can be demoralising, and that's the only thing I would say is the negative as far as using Kartra is concerned for the membership site. Other than that, it's great. Yeah, but this is the only negative. So you do have to plan your site out first, play about a bit, get used to it, so you understand how it works for yourself. Then plan your course before you actually implement it to save yourself frustration. The only other thing I want to mention here is you can add a bit more color and well, not a huge amount, but you can add a bit more color and make your site a bit more individual. What you can do here, obviously, I've changed my logos. You can see here because obviously I'm under the brand of Dominate Online, so you can change that. You can also change the color of the background header. So let's just say I wanted a red or change it to a blue. Okay, I can do that. Press save. As you can see here, the background is now blue. If I save that, yeah, again now if I go to the front end and just to refresh, all right, you've got that. Okay, so you obviously you can add pictures, add banners. The banners unfortunately are not unique per page, so again that's something I believe Kartra would need to look at moving forward. But again, it's not a deal breaker for me, especially if you're new. It's not limiting you to produce a decent looking, aesthetically pleasing membership site to sell to your customers. All right, and it's easy. Now, this is just the back end. This is the builder. Let me come out. Before I come out of this, I'd mentioned that there's a site map, so you can your users can now see how what is available for them on the membership site. And as I said before, everything is now here, which is available to you, so you can see what's available on the site. You can check out the profile for the user. And you can also search for stuff as well. All right. So what I'd like to do now is come out of this and complete the whole session for the membership because it's important, especially if you want to give access to your users, show how to drip content and how to make content available. So we're going to save save and progress. Then we're going to exit. Okay, so now that you've done the builder part, so the next part is a comment. So if you wanted to add comments, you can do. All right, so all you need to do on the gold level, on the individual posts, you can add comments just literally by clicking, and that's it. So you can add, you're very specific as to what pages you want to add comments and what pages you don't want to add comments to. All right. These are only blank because there's no content in there at the moment. I'm still building out the site. You press confirm and you can move on. Okay. In terms of moderating comments, do you want to approve all of the comments in advance, or do you want to have an admin approve the comments before anything's shown? You can choose that and press confirm. And as you can see, just like Webinar Jam, if you have it, step by step, you know what's happening and then you move on. So it makes it very easy and intuitive for any user to utilize this, which is fantastic. The next level is membership access. Now, remember I talked about silver, gold level. You can take it as far as you like. What I can do here is I can now break it down to have silver and save, and then I can add another level, which is gold, and let's add another one under test. Right now I've basically have different membership levels, and I can select what courses. So obviously you've got standard, you may have a standard level, you might say silver standard level, maybe you might say a couple of courses. Let's go to gold because I've got nothing in here to show you, but on the gold level I might say, right, people, standard users might get start here and the agreement of understanding, and then they won't have access to anything else, so you'll switch it all off. Yeah, I'll just do these for example, but I'll say those on the gold level with access to it. Yeah, and I'll say those on the silver level, those on the gold level will also have access to it. So you can now get granular as to what membership level uh, users have. So you could charge $27 for one level, $47 for another level, $97 for another level, for example, based on the content that you're looking to give to your members uh, on a monthly or fixed term basis, depending on what membership model you want to utilize. And then you can continue giving that more and more access depending on what level of user you want. Now, this is such an easy system. I don't know if you know if you've ever built a membership site yourself, but if you have, some of it can get very technical, um, depending on what software you're utilizing. So it is vitally important. Again, especially if you hate getting technical and you're spending an absolute fortune building membership sites for paying developers to build it out and it's not doing what you want, this is so easy. I can't fault it. I'll be honest with you, I really can't. So, and the beauty of it is because it's all under one system, I everything works seamlessly, which is fantastic. Yeah, from tracking to building the pages out to emailing to automation, it's all here. You can't go wrong. All right, so that's the example I'm showing you as how you can control access for each of your individual users, depending on what level they're coming at. Okay, and in terms of instant access, this is part of your drip sequence. I'm not going to go into it too much, but you can choose when they can access. You can drip by specific date or drip by length of day, which is awesome. All right, how many days after sign up or on a specific date? That's classic dripping. It's fantastic. Yeah, you have so much autonomy over your business and your product as far as memberships go. All right, so now you can see how many posts under what levels are secured for you. All right, and that's now been confirmed. In terms of what you want to show, you can choose if you want the user to see if it's been locked or not. Okay, which is fantastic. What you wanted to say. Okay, do you want to display posts but keep it unclickable, or do you want to display posts and have a pop-up teaser saying 20 days to go or 19 days to go? Again, awesome per level. Yeah, if you choose to drip out content, you may not want to, so you have that option. Again, you confirm that, all right, and then you move to the next step. Okay, then you have customer support. Do you want to add a help desk? Yeah, fantastic. I'm going to choose to add a help desk. So I'm going to go to change. I'm going to go to Kartra help desk. Choose a help desk that I've got, or build up a new one. I'm going to just pick any old one for this example. Just call it Wealth Guardian since that's the one I'm utilizing. Okay, and confirm. Right, that's now sorted out. Go to the next section. Welcome page. Yeah, as a welcome email. Choose. Remember, one thing you got to understand about Kartra, it's not an autoresponder. Kartra Mail is no different to say Amazon SES or SendGrid or SparkPost. Okay, it's an email gateway, and so therefore, it's gives you the option. You can send from any email address okay, and get a reply back from to any email address is brilliant. Yeah, and it gives you a lot more flexibility, and it's extremely accurate in when emails are sent in terms of people receiving. Okay, um, so I'm going to confirm that. Obviously, you can write out your welcome email in terms of login information and passwords and just a welcome email. You can have a series of emails if you wanted to. You could set up in a sequence later on, which is fantastic. So you confirm that. Go to the next stage. This is so easy, and everything's done for you in terms of prompts. If you're doing this in WordPress, unless you know what you're doing, it really isn't as straightforward as that. Unfortunately, it takes time and it can be frustrating. All right, so you can assign tags if you wish, subscribe to certain lists if you wish, subscribe to sequences that you would build out in advance if you wanted to, and advanced automations if you want extra things to be done. So this can help when I talked about a sequence onboarding facility, for example, or a miniature LMS if you wanted to kind of help remind people to continue with their courses and their learning, or go to a separate facility if you wanted to in terms of exams and tests. Okay, so I'm going to save and go next. Now you've done. All right. Now this says what next? Link this membership to a portal to a product. So if you want to charge for the membership, then yeah, you go to create a product. I'll do a separate video on how to create a product. But that's what you would do. If you don't want to charge and you make it completely free for a bonus, for example, then all you do is set up. And when I do my separate review, I can show you a page like or you set up a form actually, and assign that form. So whoever puts their name and email address in that form, it'll be linked to this particular membership site, and the email will go straight away to the member who signed up to get their username and password, and away you go. How easy is that? So I'm going to end my review of the membership here. Unless you've got any specific questions, feel free to post it on underneath this video, and I'll happily respond back to you. But just wanted to show you exactly how to build out a membership site using Kartra. The only thing I haven't talked about, which I think would be very, very good for you, is if you just want to host files. If you just wanted to have a download page to email out to people who sign up to your list, for example, or they've bought a product and you want to just email a product for them to download, you do using host files. Yeah, and you host and share your files using this. How brilliant is that? Upload the files, get the link and email it out, and then they can download what they need to download. Similar to like JVZoo or Warrior Forum type scenario. You've got that facility available to you if you need it. All right, so there's also analytics in your membership which you can utilize. So if I go back to memberships, now that I've finished building this out, well, indirectly, I can see who subscribed under what day, how many members do I have, who's inactive. Okay, I can break down, drill down into what levels, okay, to see exactly what's going on in my business. All right. If I've got messages to moderate, I can see from here. I can log in under myself or another user if they send me their details. And I can also see the list of members that I have in my membership, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you what's going on there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for time. Go get Kartra. I recommend it highly. It's a $1 trial at the moment. What can you lose? Test it out for yourself. If it's right for you, stick with it. If it's not right for you, at least you know you've tested it out, and that's it. No problem lost at all. Again, check out my video in terms of what bonuses you get if you happen to sign up under me. I hope you do. But at the end of the day, the main priority is that you're getting a system that works for you. Excellent. Thank you very much. This is Richard from Dominate Online.